Deep, deep in the heart of the jungle lived Trunky the elephant. Trunky was big, Trunky was strong. He was the largest creature in the jungle, towering over the trees and casting a long shadow on the forest floor. His presence was both awe-inspiring and comforting to the other animals. But most of all, Trunky was very, very hungry. His appetite was legendary, and he was always on the lookout for his next meal. The thought of food was never far from his mind, and his friends often joked that he had a one-track mind. He loved to eat juicy fruits and fresh green leaves. His favorite treats were the ripe mangoes and sweet bananas that grew high in the trees. Trunky had a special knack for finding the best fruits, and he would often share his bounty with his friends. Every morning, Trunky would wake up with a rumble in his tummy. The sound was so loud that it echoed through the jungle, waking up the other animals. They knew it was time for Trunky to start his day, and they would watch in amusement as he stretched his long legs and trunk. He would trumpet loudly, shaking the trees. The sound was like a morning alarm for the jungle, signaling the start of a new day. The birds would take to the sky, and the monkeys would swing from branch to branch, all energized by Trunky's powerful call. Then he would set off to find the tastiest treats the jungle had to offer. His journey would take him through dense foliage, across rivers and up steep hills. Trunky was determined and never gave up until he found the perfect meal. All the other animals liked Trunky. They admired his strength and kindness. Whenever he was around, they felt safe and protected. Trunky had a way of making everyone feel special, and his gentle nature won him many friends. He was kind and gentle despite his size. He would help the smaller animals reach high branches and protect them from danger. Trunky was a true friend to all, and his heart was as big as his body. They knew to keep their distance when his tummy rumbled, though. When Trunky was hungry, he could be a bit clumsy, knocking over trees and bushes in his quest for food. But once he was satisfied, he was back to his gentle self, ready to share his love and kindness with everyone around him. One day, the animals held a meeting. It was a bright and sunny day in the jungle, and all the animals gathered under the big old tree. They had an important issue to discuss. It was a very important meeting. The animals had been noticing that some of them were not getting enough food, while others had plenty. This was causing a lot of unhappiness in the jungle. The animals had decided to share all the food in the jungle fairly. They believed that by sharing, everyone would be happier and healthier. No one would go to bed hungry anymore. From now on, squeaked Cheeky the monkey, we will all share the food. Cheeky was known for his clever ideas, and the animals trusted him. The other animals nodded in agreement. They all knew that this was the right thing to do. Sharing would bring peace and harmony to their jungle home. They knew sharing was important. It was not just about food, but about caring for each other and making sure everyone was taken care of. "We will take turns," chirped Polly the parrot. Polly was always fair and just, and the animals respected her. "Each day, one animal will get to choose the best food. This way, everyone would have a chance to enjoy the best fruits and nuts the jungle had to offer." Everyone thought this was a very good plan. They were excited to start this new way of living, knowing it would make their jungle a happier place for all.
And action.
It was Trunky's turn to choose. He saw the biggest, juiciest mangoes he had ever seen. He wanted all the mangoes for himself. Trunky forgot about sharing. He ate all the mangoes. He didn't leave any for the other animals. "That's not fair, Trunky," shouted Leo the lion. The other animals were very sad. They had been so excited to try the juicy mangoes. Trunky had a terrible tummy ache. He had been feeling unwell since the morning. He had eaten too many mangoes the previous night. The sweet, juicy fruits were just too tempting for him to resist. Now he felt lonely and sad. His stomach hurt, and he had no one to talk to. None of the other animals wanted to play with him. They were all busy having fun together, while Trunky sat alone. Trunky realized he had been greedy. He had ignored his friend's advice and eaten all the mangoes by himself. He wished he had listened to the other animals. They had warned him not to eat too much, but he didn't listen. Sharing was much more fun than being greedy. He remembered how happy everyone was when they shared their food and played together. The next day, Trunky apologized to all the animals. He felt truly sorry for his actions and wanted to make things right. He promised to share from then on. The animals forgave Trunky. They were glad to see that he had learned his lesson. They were happy he had learned his lesson. From that day forward, Trunky always shared his food and played with his friends, never feeling lonely again.